Good evening, millionaire students. This is Sally Ensel-Smith coming to you from South Africa. And for the very first time, we would like to welcome the millionaire students all the way from Jamaica. Jamaica is in the house. So welcome, guys. And obviously, this is the fourth week of private mentorship with the author, the one which has completely broken records and just keeps evolving every single month, literally, Sashin Govender. And for those of you that don't know Sashin, I just want to let you know that I met Sashin 4 years ago, and I've seen Sashin literally evolve. And this is why we've called these calls the evolution of you, is because Sashin Govender wants to mentor, coach, and help as many people as he can around the world to become the best evolution of themselves, the best version of themselves. So we will start maxing out these calls. We've only got a few more weeks left of this. For those which have just jumped on, I will be reposting the last 3 weeks for you, but I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Sashin has got some explosive content for us tonight. He has just jumped on the call, and we have him exclusive for the next 20-25 minutes. So Sash, awesome to have you on the call again. I hope you are blessed and have a beautiful Tuesday. Over to you, Sash.
Okay, thank you so much, Sal, for that introduction. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for being on. And Sal, did I hear, what did you say about how many weeks to go with regards to these calls?
So Sash, for this particular group, we've only got 2 more weeks left. We said we would do 6 weeks in total. So this is week number 4. So we've only got 2 more. Anybody jumping on now would need to catch up on the recorded calls or wait for the next season of your private mentorship on the ebooks.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys for jumping on, and welcome to every single person that purchased the book in the past 7 days, from last week's call to this week's call. I got some stuff that I'm going to be sharing some information about chapter 5. We're going to talk a bit about the psychology versus mechanics. But, I've been getting so many messages in the past few hours from people who have just read the book and said to me, Sashin, I'm so, I'm so rejuvenated. I'm so re-energized. I'm so, I got the ability right now to reset my paradigm. I now have the skills. It's all up to me to do the rest. And I'm getting a lot of messages from different people, and it actually, there's many things. I was putting this together, and I actually put it in my email a few minutes ago. If you're not subscribed to the email, probably every single one of you guys are. But I basically said, for $7, there's so much you can spend. I mean, there's so much you can buy. I mean, you can buy 2 tall coffees. You can buy a pair of socks. Buy a toy for your dog. You can buy a combo at McDonald's. You can go to a dollar store in the United States and buy 7 things at a dollar store. Healthy sandwich or a wrap, case of toilet paper. You can pay a subscription for specific memberships that you subscribe to. You can go out there and get lotion, and you can even get air freshener for $7. Or you can go out there and invest that $7 back into your mind and, literally reap the rewards. And I'm seeing so many people turn $7 into the key to unlocking the chest. I'm seeing so many people who have spent $7, wasted my time and their money. And I want you to be able to understand, if you're not reverting to this book, if you're not continuously reading this book, and if you're not applying the information from this book, then you can call yourself a millionaire student with the silent millionaire. The word millionaire is going to be silent. Or you can go out there and you can literally call yourself the millionaire student if you truly take the information you learn to become that millionaire. So I got a lot of stuff that I want to share with you today. I know we got this week and next week to go, and I want to be able to cover up as much as I can. And this topic of psychology versus mechanics, I can truly break down in so much of detail. But at the same time, I want you to understand, most people right now, they want to get their habits, their habits right. They want to get the mechanics right. So to give you a more simpler version of the word mechanics versus psychology, mind versus how-tos. A very simple, simple illustration of it is basically understanding if you don't have the willpower, you'll never sustain the skill power. And most people want the skills, and they want to be able to know how to do this and do that and apply everything. And I keep telling people, 80% right now, 80% of life is psychological. 80% of life is the mechanics. 80% of life is in your mind. 80% of life is going to give you the mental stability and the mental, the energy to go through the rejection. See, if I didn't have the right type of mindset with the right type of subconscious mind, I would not be here today. And I see people become a one-hit wonder and they're gone because they just don't have what it takes to stay in this thing long enough. And when I mean this thing, I mean life. They want to be able to do 25,000 things and not master one. And they don't realize that it's only three things. It's your, your beliefs, your attitudes, and I'll elaborate on it, but it's your 80% beliefs, your attitude, and your focus. And you start to break it down. Successful individuals, as I mentioned in the book, and I'm not sure if you're at that chapter right now, but even if you're not, I'm going to elaborate on it. So when you break down the subconscious mind is everything from the past. Who you are right now is everything from the past. It's not from what has miraculously come up from the conscious mind, which is the now. So look at the subconscious mind from the past and look at the conscious mind from today, the present, the now. So you start to look at who you are and what you've achieved and why you got to where you are right now has all come from the past. It set you up into the place that you are right now. You see, some people are second generation wealth, and because their subconscious mind, they have that upper advantage, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to maintain and sustain that second generation wealth to pass it down to the next few generations. But we're getting into a point right now where you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and you've been carrying that same baggage for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And you need to be that type of person that makes that decision to get rid of the past. And how do you get rid of the past? Well, firstly, you got to open up your eyes and acknowledge what is the past. What's been happening? How did you get here? What got you here? What's been holding you back? You've got to be able to acknowledge it. We're living in a world right now where people are not acknowledging their flaws. They're only acknowledging other people's successes, which is very sad. Because then when you acknowledge anything outside you, you set yourself up for expectation. Expectation will lead to disappointment. So when you watch other people drive that dream car, live in that dream home, and travel the world, automatically you're comparing yourself to them, which immediately sets you up for disappointment. So I need you to be able to understand your psychological state comes from the past. You didn't land here right now. I'm 26 years old right now. I didn't land where I am by going out there and having negative, and woke up one morning and said, everything's going to change and it's going to happen today. It doesn't happen like that. And that's why I keep telling people, 80% is your beliefs. What do you believe in? What do you believe in? Do you believe there's room for growth? Do you believe there's room for learning? Do you believe there's room for success? And you've got to be able to understand it's not necessarily who you are right now that's going to get you to the future. Because where you are today in the year 2020 is only setting you up right now for either the path of light or the path of darkness. So when I keep telling, and when people interview me and when I have conversations, when I speak at trainings, I always tell people, I got introduced to personal development at 8 years old. When I got introduced to personal development at 8 years old, that's 17 to 18 years ago. I've already been set up right now to be who I am. Some of us did not go through personal development for 18 years, and that's fine. But whatever your habits was for years, that's why you who you are. So first you need to be able to acknowledge the past, the problems, the issues, what got you here right now. And when you acknowledge that, you need to be able to appreciate the fact that you're here right now. People are too scared to acknowledge it because they don't want to give birth to it and they don't appreciate it, so they don't give themselves permission to move forward. If you can't give yourself permission to move forward, are you waiting for someone else's validation to validate you, to tell you you're good enough? We're waiting for, we're waiting for people to tell us whether we're good or not, for us to realize it, and then we're only going to move forward. So go out there and acknowledge. Acknowledge your health problems. Acknowledge the fact whether you're fit or you're not, disciplined or not, mentally, personally developed or not, mentally strong or not. Acknowledge all of those. When you acknowledge it, only then can you, and this is a perfect task right now, write down. I don't want you to write down the great things about yourself. Write down what's been holding you back. And if it's your mom, write it down. If it's your dad, write it down. If it's your sibling, write it down. If it's your bank balance for decades, years, write it down. What is holding you back? When you acknowledge it, it's game over. You're setting yourself up for the right path. So acknowledge, because we got to break this paradigm. We got to break the paradigm, break the chain, break the links, so you can start moving forward in life. So by understanding your beliefs in life, your beliefs have come from, I love when people tell me I'm allergic to something. Like maybe I'm allergic to seafood, or I'm allergic to whatever you're allergic to, spicy food, or maybe you're allergic to shellfish, or I don't know what you're allergic to, but some people are allergic. But then years later, they mistakenly try it and they don't feel any allergies or anything, and then they start to realize, hold on, I mean, I was allergic to it because I gave birth to it, because my parents told me I was allergic to it, or my grandparents told me I'm allergic to it. How has it changed? Because I broke through the patterns. I subconsciously forgot about it. I mistakenly tried it and I didn't feel any reaction. You want to be able to understand, acknowledge what's holding you back in your health, in your wealth, in your spirituality, and in your relationships, and break it down more. When you go to your health, don't just look at your physicalness. Start looking at your mental stability, your mental power. Then you go to wealth, and you don't look at just how much of money you've made or the fact that you can't make money. Look at the fact that how much of money you spend too. Because yes, you've made money, but you spent it too. Look at your relationships. Look at the relationships you have with people, with your children, with your friends, with your family, with your significant other. Break it down a bit more. Start to understand. Understand. It is all right up here. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. There's nothing else right now that's holding you back besides you. Not me. I'm not holding you back. Not the person on your left or right now. not the person in front of you, not the person you work with. It's you that's holding you back. We have hundreds of people on this call right now. I believe every single one of you are born to become a self-made multimillionaire. I believe every single one of you guys are born to become your own success story in whatever you do. But you will fall against the statistics. You will fall with the statistics of people that won't make it in life. I'll tell you why. It's because you have not forgiven your past. You have not forgiven what got you here right now. So once again, you didn't miraculously show up to who you and become who you are right now. You got to who you are right now because of your patterns, your wiring, your coding, your frequency, your energy, your programming in your mind. You got here because of that. Both your mom and your dad put together, they made you. You were grown up into an environment that all you believed is what happened in that household is what you're going to live in and how you're going to live. And some people are very scared to voice their opinion because they've never been allowed to voice their opinion for 18 years of their life. Or some people are scared to start a business because no one in the entire family tree has started that business. So I don't blame you, but I definitely blame your past few generations that got you here. And then at a certain point, I blame you to a small extent because you have not forgiven yourself. You've carried that on. It's not a bad thing, but today should be the day. The 12th of May, 2020, this very Tuesday at 8:47 p.m. is that moment you need to just realize, I'm breaking the beliefs. I'm breaking the chain. I'm letting go of everything that was holding me back. I'm going to acknowledge it. So write down what has been holding you back. I don't care what it is. You know it better than anyone else. You know what's holding you back. So I know there's a lot of qualified people on this webinar right now, or people that's watching the replay. A lot of qualified people right now that should be ahead of everyone right now, but they've just not forgiven their past. They've not forgiven what has held them back and got them to where they are right now. So you want to be able to acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, the second thing you need to be able to do is appreciate it. Appreciate the fact that it was handed to you. It wasn't given to anyone else. Appreciate it was made and tailored for you. Created, formulated for you. Because when you go out there and you understand it's yours, it was made for you, success was made for you, failure was made for you, problems were made for you. After you acknowledge it, you appreciate it, then you celebrate it. And when you celebrate it, the craziest part right now is the universe did not understand that you would celebrate adversity, failure, and pain. Did not understand that. So guess what the universe does? Does not send you more negativity, does not send you any downfalls and adversity, and does not send you anything that can break you, because the universe starts to realize, hold on, you're loving this thing. You're loving it. So you want to be able to be that person, appreciates, acknowledges, celebrates, and the final step is you need to go out there and turn that entire mess into your message, the entire frustration into your freedom. So, I mean, you can read every book in the world. Behind me, there's 1,000 books. You can read all the books right now, but there's a very huge difference. There's no fine line. There's a huge difference between someone that is reading books for the very first time, but has not forgiven their past, to the person that is ahead of the person right now that is forgiven their past and does not need to read books, because at the end of the day, they're already past that stage. I want you to get to a point right now in your life where whether it's a downfall or something that's leveled up or something that's picking you up in life, you start to celebrate it. It's life. Acknowledge it. Nothing right now, nothing is going to be predicted with this whole coronavirus, pandemic, recession, everything that's happening right now, nothing is going to according to our plan, unless you're an online business entrepreneur. Nothing. Everything right now we're all in the same playing field. We're all getting tested. We're all going through the same challenges. The only difference is those people who quickly acknowledged, quickly went out there and so acknowledged, appreciated, celebrated, work like you broke. Go work and achieve whatever you want to. So when I started to look at the 80% of life is psychological, I mean, look at this cap right now. From this, and picture this whole head of mine being my mind. So this cap right here below, right here, is my subconscious mind. And my subconscious mind right now is my past. This right here, how do I, what did I see in life that got me to where I am? What did I hear in life that got me to where I am? What did I speak out of my mouth in life, negative, that got me to where I am? That subconscious mind right now has made you believe that this life that you're living is normal. That it made you believe that you're not one of the gifted people to be handed success. And that's why a lot of people who don't make it in life, they start to play that blame game. Oh, this person's not, doing it right in life. This person robbed his way to success. Because they couldn't do it themselves. They realized how difficult success truly is. They start to play that blame game. And that just drowns your subconscious mind even further. Even further. This right here is your conscious mind. Right now. The now. What are you listening to, reading? Who are you speaking to? What is your addiction? Are you addicted to personal development? Are you addicted to, anything that could harm your body and your life? What are you addicted to? Because when you start to be able to understand this right now is the now, but you also understand this can control this. It's got the power, but you haven't given it the permission to control this yet. Then you start to realize you are who you are because of this. So you give this and you take it and give a format to it and you do a software upgrade to it. Eventually you give yourself permission because you acknowledged it. You acknowledge the fact right now you need work. You need to work in your mind. And you acknowledge the fact because you're rewiring your belief system. Your belief system is what you believe in. Do you believe? See, I love studying certain, topics out there. And when I study certain topics, I like watching everything on that topic. Why? Because I like watching different and hearing different people's opinions. One person says the opposite to this person, and they both come together. And I start to look at from both opinions, and I say I love watching it because I like to find out which one really and truly goes out there and sounds more lucrative and is going to really and truly last in today's world. Because you start to look at it from that point of view, and there's no right and wrong. There's a lot of predictions, but which makes more sense. So I've been studying the mind for a very long time, and I've been understanding the subconscious mind and what you take in. And some people need to do a cleanse. About Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I did a cleanse with my entire body. I literally, for 3 days, 3 solid days, I didn't eat anything besides drinking different types of juices. So Monday, that Friday, I had only green juices. Then Saturday, I went in and I drank orange juices. And then Sunday, I drank beetroot juices. And I did a full cleanse. Because even your body needs a cleanse, but mostly your mind needs a cleanse. So you get some people right now that are physically aligned from the exterior point of view. But deep down from their mind, they're not aligned. Some people, a financial situation, they're so aligned. They're so on par, but their mind is not aligned. So your mind is a bit of two things. It's your subconscious and your conscious. Your conscious will sustain your subconscious. If your conscious keeps telling your subconscious, you're right, you're right. You're right. Or you're wrong, I'm going to reset you. You're wrong, I'm going to reset you. You're wrong, I'm going to reset you. It changes the game. So I want to be able to make you understand. Right now is the most craziest time in our economy. Craziest time. But I'm having my biggest days in my entire life. Today, one day was crazy revenue now in the entire, the millionaire student, you know, from everything, from the educational system to all my businesses combined. Ridiculous day. But I've still got to work tonight until 2 a.m. because my subconscious mind is programmed to believe it's not good enough. We're not done. There's more people we need to help. There's more things we need to launch. And you got to be able to understand. Reading a book doesn't mean anything if you have not acknowledged, appreciated, celebrated, and gone out there and truly worked or got your work like you're broke formula set up. So we talked a bit about beliefs and attitudes. I want to be able to make you understand focus is critical. And a lot of people don't have this. You're reading my book, you're on page 10, 20, 30, and you still cannot focus because you had so much happening in the outside world. Sounds familiar? So much happening in the outside world trying to take you out the book because you're trying to pinpoint everything in the book. And you focus so much on the detail of the book where you're not doing anything outside the book. And once again, this needs to be repaired. This right here needs to be repaired. This right here needs to be reset. So I want to be able to, on this topic, open up the lines and talk for about 10 minutes. I know we're 30 minutes into this call, but talk for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes even, and answer some questions about you. And you can send it to me as a private message about you. Give me some real life examples so I can be able to help you. Where are you right now? What questions do you need to be answered? Do you need any validation? Do you need permission to win? What's holding you back? Type a message below. Okay. Type a message below. We have over 300 plus people on this call right now. Because I want to be able to help you wherever I can. You know, I got to be able to also read this book again and again and again and again. Because sometimes, you know, even the author doesn't even realize that it's a timing in his life to hear that information again that allows him to execute again. So let's break this down. How do I manage my 24 hours and when to start it? So I put out an email today. How to, if you're not reading the emails on a daily basis, I put so much of energy and effort into that. By the way, no one writes that except me. I write my own stuff. I don't even hire, a ghostwriter to do it for me. I do it myself. I just feel like I need to communicate with my audience, and they need to be able to know what I'm telling them, and they need to be able to hear from my mouth to their ears. I talked about accountability today. I talked about 6 different ways in keeping yourself accountable. But at the same time, what is your schedule? What do you want? Who do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to make your money? Because you start to answer those questions, then you will find your schedule. But who do you want to be? What do you want to achieve in life? How do you want to make your money? And then you be able to break it down and say, okay, great. I want to spend X amount of money on, X amount of time on sleeping. Maybe 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. or midnight till 8 a.m. Whatever your sleep pattern is. You need 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever it is. And then you want to be able to say, well, this is my routine. This is what I'm going to do. Guys, my schedule is so boring, by the way. It's so boring, but that's why I'm so damn good at it. Because it's repeatedly I'm doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't want to break the chain. It's so good. I'm so, we're 21, right now, we're 21 hours into the day. And I promise you, you won't believe me, but I've already done 70 calls today. Just 70 calls today. I time my calls 3 minutes. I'm on 3-minute calls throughout the whole day. I'm so drained. I had to quickly have a shower before this call just to get in the zone. I'm to work until 2 a.m. again and go shower again. But I'm so fired up because I love what I do. So instill your passion into your day. What do you want to achieve from life? How do you want to make your money? And take that day and cut it in half and realize, great, I got 12 hours for this and 12 hours for this. Let's cut it in half again. I got 6 hours for this and 6 hours for this and 6 hours for this and 6 hours for that. And if you need to cut it in half again, cut it in half again. 3 hours and 3 hours and 3 hours and 3 hours, whatever you need to do. But I didn't find my formula overnight. I keep changing my formula of my schedule. But right now I'm at a schedule where I feel the most productive I've ever been. I mean, you've got to be able to understand your schedule is your schedule. It's tailor-made for you because you need to create it. It's trial and error that creates that schedule. There's no perfect schedule that I can use to give you and you can utilize that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work like that. So you need to be able to understand that. Someone sent me a message. I don't cry easily. And I've just been crying so much. I want to let you know, maybe someone hasn't told you this, but I'm telling you this. We love you. We, the whole community of the Millionaire Student, we love you. And if you don't feel it at home, if you don't feel it in the outside world, I'm telling you, we love you. If we didn't love you, if it didn't come from me, I would not be here on 6 calls for 40 minutes every single Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. for $7. Go on my website right now. It says you can pay $1,992 for one-on-one coaching with me. And I'm giving it to you because I want you to understand we have your back. So if you don't feel welcomed anywhere else, so just be able to understand it's normal. You're going through one of the toughest points in your life right now. One of the most toughest parts in your life. And I hope I'm speaking to you heart to heart. You're going through your own challenges that were made for you, was tailor-made and created for you. Acknowledge all of that stuff. It's going to make you into the most strongest human being, the most mentally strong human being that you would ever meet. It's going to be you. But you got to be able to recognize why you're crying. Why you crying? Why you are right now and where you are. You've got to be able to recognize what's holding you down. Write it down. Write it down. I don't know if you're an artist, sketch it, but do it. Another question right here. How can I achieve a mental maturity? You've got to be able to understand. Read the books. Listen to the audios. Repeatedly, hourly. You can do it. 6 hours a day, I don't care. 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day. There's no time to sleep. There's no time to sleep. You train your brain. If you train, watch this. I want you to see the pattern that you created. You sleep 8 hours a day. And then one day you decide you want to sleep 5 hours because you got an early flight in the morning. You'll be tired because you trained your brain. Your subconscious mind believes 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8. But when you're in school, you barely even slept. You were sleeping 5 hours a day. Your subconscious mind believed 5 hours was perfect. You trained your mind. So from a mental maturity point of view, you got to be able to understand, what are you studying? What videos are you watching? How many hours are you investing back into your personal development level? And it is a decision that you need to make from a belief system point of view. From a very young age, at 18 years old, 19, 20, I always worked in my mind having 40, 50, 60. You know why? You know why? Because I started watching people who are 40, 50, 60 years old. And today we've got people who have that mindset of 40, 50-year-old mindsets in 20-year-old bodies. Why? They just have that upper hand against you. If I was if I owned a school, or if I was in charge of the educational system, I would literally make sure personal development was a subject in school. That is what's missing right now. All these questions I'm being asked is because you've paid money for education and you feel like you've been let down because you didn't get your true value, and you don't feel like you personally developed because it wasn't taught in school. Now you're starting to have regrets in life. No, don't worry about it. Acknowledge the fact that it wasn't taught. Appreciate the fact that it's not taught. Accept the fact that it's not taught. Now celebrate the fact that it's not taught and go learn it. Go work like you broke and go make sure you do it. How can I improve my energy and my hunger for success? Your energy comes from who you keep telling yourself you are. You want to be an athlete. What if you thought like you were Ronaldo? What if you acted like you were Ronaldo? What if you walked like you were Ronaldo? What if you talked like you were Ronaldo? What if you literally went out and lived like you were Ronaldo? You want to be an entrepreneur. What if you thought, acted, lived like you were Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Kiyosaki, and all these different individuals? What if you believe that? So your energy comes from the fact that you are not telling yourself who you truly are. So you're feeling drained because you don't even want to live in your own body. You don't even want to live your own life. So you start to play that game of understanding, I don't have the energy to live this life. I'm more than happy to, I waited all week to go to bed, or I waited all week to go get out of my house. And I waited all day to get back into bed. It's my favorite part of the day, sleeping. The energy comes from you loving what you do. You're passionate about what you do. You resell yourself every single day on what you do. Resell yourself. Why do you love it? What do you love most about it? If it's taken away from you, can you live without it? Imagine the moment. Imagine the moment. Imagine the moment. And I want to end this call with one thing. One thing. I'm going to put my camera off for this. And I want everyone, I know you can't see me because I don't want you to see me. I just want you to be able to hear me for the next few minutes. I want you to close your eyes if you can. I want you to get into a deep state of believing when no one's around you, it's just you. It's not even me. It's just you. And there's three things I want to focus on right now. And I'm gonna elaborate on it just now, but there's three things I want to focus on. Feel, smell, and how does it feel? What does it smell like? And most importantly, what's going through your mind? That's all I want you to focus on. So I want you to get into the point right now of that dream that you want to achieve and manifest. Some want a car, some want a home, some wants that championship, some wants that trophy, some wants to go out there and truly live a life filled with freedom. And I want to get you in that state moment. because I want your eyes closed. And believe that you're actually there. Believe it. Don't hear the outside sound. You've got to be in a point where you can't hear anything else besides as if you are actually there. And I want you to, firstly, what does it smell like? If you're holding that trophy, if you're an athlete, if you're holding that steering wheel and smelling the leather, if you're going out there and holding your family's hands and walking on that beach, if you got that desired bank balance, what does it feel like when you hold that bank card? So what does it feel like? I want you to get into that state with me for a moment, because I need you to understand that you're almost there. You're very close from achieving it in reality, but you're already there in your mind. What does it look like? I want you to breathe in. What does it smell like? What can you smell? If you're outside, can you smell the grass? If you're on the beach, can you smell the salt water? If you're in that car, can you smell the leather? If you're holding that card, can you smell success? And then I want to get to a point of, how does it feel if you're on that beach and you put your hand in the sand? How does it feel if you're on that, you're rubbing your fingers on the leather and on the stitching? How does it feel when you're holding that titanium American Express black card? How does it feel when you're holding your family's hands? And then I want to be able to go out there and bring on that face. What facial expression do you have? How happy are you? What is your belief system at right now? Are you even focused on anything happening in the outside world? Is anyone having any control over you? Now you're permanently in that situation. You're permanently living that life that you're living right now. I don't want you to open up your eyes yet. I want you to believe you actually in that moment. Like it's so real. It's so, you're there. You've achieved it. People are screaming your name out. People are so proud of you. They can't even believe that you the one that did it. You the one that has that freedom. And then now I want you to slowly open up your eyes. And I want you to realize this is what I do every single day for 10 minutes of my day. And it makes me believe that that's where I'm going to be. So now you know where I get my energy from. And now you know why I work so hard. Because I can clearly picture and I'm addicted to living the life that I envision every single day for 10 minutes. I want to thank you for being on this call today. I look forward to seeing you next week. If you're not going out there and continuously getting people to buy the ebook and to make sure that they're experiencing what you're experiencing right now. And most importantly, if you're not rereading the book and applying what you are constantly learning, because the information is right in front of you. The key to the chest is right in front of you. You just have to put it into the lock and open it. And by putting it into the lock is you need to take action. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's go win. But let's not win alone. Let's win together. Stay blessed.